Hello, today we will start some hands-on demo for the DP-900 certification. So what kind of services should we know about in DP-900? That is the data engineer kind of thing where we learn the data related services which is being used in the Azure services. So in this learning path, we are say use some AWS Azure services basically for this data engineer DP-900 certification, which all the services which you should know and get some hands-on experience. So in this playlist, in this entire journey, we will see some basic demos and how explore some basic Azure features for our is DP-900 certification. So let's proceed with that.
So hi everyone. In this small demo, we will provision a Azure SQL database resource in our free trial, and then use some SQL queries to run the tables in relational database. So at first we have to log into the Azure portal. Next, we have to create a resource in Azure SQL. Go to this resource and type Azure SQL and click on Azure SQL. Here you can see it will say that next you click on create. Now you can see here is a various options provided like SQL database, SQL managed instance and SQL virtual machine. SQL virtual machine is nothing but a VM is launched inside Azure, and then on top of that our server SQL server is running. SQL managed instance is the same platform as a service but with more infrastructure. You can change it best for most migration in the cloud and lift and shift ready type. But for now we are using SQL database with single database, which is best for hyperscale and serverless options. These are the options provided by SQL database. So in this we can also single database, elastic pool and database server we can create, but for now we are just creating with single database. You can also click on it and see what are the features of these, and also click on the SQL managed instance and you can see single instance on single instance Azure ARC, and for SQL virtual machine its features capabilities are here shown. So for now we are just choosing the single database in SQL database and click on create. So at the creation page we have to first choose the subscription. If you don't have any subscription, you will not ready to create any uh, resource group or anything in the Azure. So be ready with the subscription of any type, either it is free trial or any paid subscriptions. So after that choose the subscription part. Just we have to create a resource group. Either you can choose the earlier resource group which I configured for different purpose, or you can create a new one. So I'm just creating a new one in the free trial subscription, naming it a SQL resource group. Click on OK. It will create a new resource group in free trial subscription. Next, in the database name you have to provide a name. I'm just providing a random name like I use database. Yeah, it fits the criteria, all the criteria, so it is good. Next we have to create servers. For now I don't have any server, so just click on create new. Provide a server name. I'm just clicking which is uniquely so unique. So this server name Milan is already taken, so I have changed it to this one is available. So I will set the server name as Milan 0007 and I will choose a location. Central India, Asia Pacific. Next we have to choose the authentication method. So it provides Microsoft Intra only authentication. Use both SQL and Microsoft Intra authentication and SQL authentication. So for now I have chosen the SQL authentication, which provides me to set the root or admin password or admin user ID. So enter server admin login. So I am just setting it to iOS, and password is abc@1234. It is good. abc@1234. Is it good? Yeah. And just click on OK. Next after the server creation part, next option is to create. If you want to use SQL Elastic Pool, for now we are not using the SQL Elastic Pool. So basically SQL Elastic Pool provides a simple and cost-effective solution for managing the performance of multiple databases within the fixed budget. So these are the basically pool of different servers of different SQL servers. So we are not using right now for this demo. For the workload environment, we are just using the development. Next, for the compute and storage part, let's go with the default one with the low configurations. And in the backup and redundancy, we are just locally redundant and backup storage, because these are the zone redundant and geo redundant backup storage. These two other are the options, but we are just moving with the locally redundant backup storage. Next we have to click on next networking page. The networking page, public endpoint, we have to choose a public endpoint to connect our SQL server. So select the public endpoint and then select all Azure services and resource access this server. So click on yes. Add current IP address, which I am currently working on, so that it will access through this IP address also. So I am picking both the values as yes, and leave the all default connection policies as default. Leave all the fields as default and click on next security page. In the security page, set the enable Microsoft Defender for SQL. Enable Defender for SQL, start free trial. Choose this to not now, because it will enable the Defender for Microsoft Defender for SQL. We are not using this for this demo, so choose it to not now. It will charge you that much of server amount and that much amount for server per month. So we will not choose this either. If you will choose this, it will cut from your free trial account subscription amount. So we will go with not now. Next, click on additional setting. Leave all the fields as default and click on additional settings. In the additional setting tab, set the use existing tab to sample. So this adventure work list, this is the sample data. Created a sample database in our database and click on OK. So this will create a sample database in our database server, SQL server. Next, click on tags. If you want to add some tags, you can do that, and click on review and create. So after clicking on review and create, select on create button. So it will first validate the things and then it will create a SQL database. So it will take few minutes to create the SQL server. You can see that SQL resource group is here. You can also open it in new group so that you can see what all the things are in my resource group. For now I don't have anything, but as soon the deployment is done of my SQL server, here we can see a SQL server is running in this resource group. Just wait for a few minutes. It will take few minutes, so don't be in hurry. It will take its time. So it will, you can see that how this deployment things is happening behind the scene. It will check the all I allow all Windows Azure things. Client IP address it will provide access, and it creates a use database in this one. Also creates a default one. Yeah, it will take some time. Let's see what. So now you can see that in our resource group, SQL resource group, we have a SQL server with name Milan 0007. In Central India is updated here. And our deployment is complete. You can see that all the deployment details here. Go to the resource, click on go to resource. So we are in our database, I use database. Here we can see that the resource group name, its status is online, what's the location of its database, or which subscription it uses, and the server name and pricing tier, what are the server configurations are there. You can also, it also provides us monitoring tab, properties tab, features tab, notifications, integration with different services like Power BI, Power Apps, Power Automate, and some tutorials are also there to do hands-on. For now we are just going to the different things. Like you can think the activity log is there, so 2 minutes, it takes 2 minutes to update the new SQL database. We haven't had any tag, so there is nothing here. Diagnose and solve problems. So right now it checks the what are the recent changes in our resources in our databases, so you can see it here. And this is the query editor part, so you can click on query editor and log in as your login ID and password. So we provide as login ID I use and password as ABC34. So after clicking on OK, you will log in to the query editor of our database. So here it's looks like this. There is some other options like compute and storage, and you can see that what kind of service tier is using for computing its purpose. You can also increase the core CPUs if you require more connection strings. You can, if you want to connect it from JDBC, ODBC, PHP and Go, these are the codes which you can use. Some other things also are provided in this tab. So let's go to the query editor and log in again. So we are logged into our query editor. Expand the table folders. You can see the database. If we see, some data is already present in our database. So while creating the database, we will choose a sample database. That's the sample database which we are choosing, and it will create in our database. So let's run the first query in our query editor. So let's check what are the data present in the data in the tables. So select from, let's check out this product list. Select a star from sales, product, sales product, curiosity product, and click on run. So it will show the product ID. It will show the items of the sales dot product. You can also clicking in here, and these are the product ID not null. This is the primary key, I guess. So this, it is showing like that, a name, then product number, then color. These are the columns. List prices, size, weight, product ID. These all are the name with its schema, whether it's what type of schemas is having there. It's not null or null, it is taking null values or not, something like that. So we can check whether let's check for the another table like customer table. Let's check the customer table. Click on run. Yeah, it will show the customer table with customer ID, name, style, title, first name, last name, middle name, salesperson, its email address, phone number, and with its customer informations. So you can query different different table. You can query according to the different table which you need, which you required. So let's select statement with the following. Let's select the product ID, name, list, price, product category ID from product table. So let's choose some specific columns from product ID, product table. Let's choose some specific product from product table. Choose product ID, name, list price, product ID, product category, UCT category ID from sales dot product. Click on run. So it will choose product ID, name. You can also resize this using that. Yeah, you can see product ID, name, list price, and product category ID using this command, using this query. Let's try to use a join to get category name from the product category table. In this let's try to do some joins in two table. So choose select, select p dot product city product id rodu city product id p dot name as product name comma c dot name, that is customer ID, customer name as category category p dot list price list price from sales product as p, sales product as p, then join another table sales product category as c. One, you can use a small also, but for the sake of purpose I'm using p dot product category id product category id equals to c dot product category id product category. Let's run this query. Invalid column name product product uct, so I have missed a u in here. So yeah, it's running. You can see that the product id, product name from the product table, and category and list price from category from the product table, category from the product category table, and list price from the product table. So in this way we can join two tables. So you can try different queries to uh, get the idea how we can join, how we can add some data to it, how we can insert some data in it, how we can delete some data, how we can add new tables in it. So you can try with your own, but for this demo, this is the thing which I want to show. So hope you like it.